The reason your Disney day falls apart by 2 p.m. isn't what you think. It's not the heat, it's not the crowds. It's something you didn't do earlier in the day that ends up affecting everything that comes after.
I'm Lee with All About the Duck.
And this part of our You're Doing Disney Wrong and It's Not Your Fault series, where we take the things everyone thinks you have to do at Disney and show you a better way. Now, at Walt Disney World, most people go in with the same mindset. We're here all day. Let's make the most of it. So they push ride to ride, land to land, trying to fit everything in. And it works for a while until it doesn't. Because almost every Disney day has a breaking point, and for a lot of people, it hits around 2 p.m. You've got a family of four. They rope drop the park, got a lot done early. Everyone's feeling good. But now it's mid afternoon. The sun's up, the crowds are heavier, the kids are starting to slow down. One of them's dragging their feet, the other's asking for a snack every 5 minutes. Mom and dad are trying to keep things moving, but you can feel it shifting. Energy drops, patience drops. Everything starts to feel harder. Lines feel longer, the heat feels worse, and little things that wouldn't have mattered in the morning, now they start to get to you. You start hearing things like, "Do we have to do this next? I'm tired. When are we leaving?" And now, instead of enjoying the day, you're managing the moment. And what's interesting is it's not really about the park. It's about how long you've been going without a reset. So, when should you actually take a break? For most people, the sweet spot is late morning into early afternoon, right before the crash hits. Not after you're already exhausted, before. If you've been in the park since rope drop, that might mean leaving around 12 or 1 o'clock, even just for a couple of hours. The reset can completely change how the rest of your day feels. Now, this isn't for everyone. If you're someone who loves going all day and you've got the energy for it, you might not need a full break. But for most people, especially families or anyone dealing with heat and long days, breaks make a huge difference. And it's not about doing less, it's about lasting longer. A break doesn't have to mean going back to your room, although that's a great option. It can be heading back to your resort for a rest, sitting down somewhere cool and quiet, grabbing a relaxed meal without rushing. The goal is simple: lower your pace, cool down, reset your energy. And when you come back, the park feels completely different. If leaving the park isn't realistic, you can still build in what we call micro breaks, sharp pauses throughout the day that help you reset without leaving. You've got spots like Carousel of Progress, Hall of Presidents, People Mover, and even places like Columbia Harbor House. If you head upstairs, it's usually quieter and a great place to sit and cool off. At Animal Kingdom, Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue, and beyond, the Nomad Lounge, if you want something a little more relaxed. And honestly, just walking the trails like Gorilla Falls, you can slow down, get some shade, and rest. At Epcot, the American Adventure, Spaceship Earth, Living with the Land. And inside Connections Eatery, there's a lot of indoor seating, air conditioning, and a space to just take a breather. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, Muppet Vision 3D before Disney closed it down, Walt Disney Presents, Frozen Sing Along, and places like ABC Commissary. Not always packed, plenty of seating, and a solid spot to cool down. These aren't just rides or places to eat, they're built in breaks. You're sitting, cooling off, letting your energy come back. And stacking a couple of these into your day can prevent that crash before it even starts. The biggest benefit of taking a break isn't just physical, it's how the day feels afterwards. You're more patient, more relaxed, more present. And instead of dragging through the afternoon, you're actually enjoying it again. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your Disney day is step away from it for a little while. Skipping a break might feel like you're getting more done, but most of the time, it does the opposite. A small reset in the middle of your day can completely change how the rest of it goes. Go a little slower, take a breath, and give yourself time to enjoy it. If this helped you rethink how you plan your day, we've got an entire series just like this. You're doing Disney wrong, and it's not your fault, where we break down the things that used to work and what actually works now. So if you haven't seen the other videos yet, make sure you check those out next. Because the next video in this series might completely change how you approach your day at Disney. And if you found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, see you real soon.